My name is Sheena. I am leading a power flow class today, and I thank you for joining. We do House of Rhythm has other yoga classes, so if you ever want to see what those are, you can check out the website, or you can go to their Instagram account, and we generally post all of our classes every week, including meditation courses or classes. So this is a power flow class. Generally, I like to just make the announcement that if you have a little bit of yoga in practice, that's good. Maybe maybe level 1 or level 2. I generally like to move a little bit faster in this class versus our rhythm and flow class that I teach on Friday mornings. But if this is a first yoga class for you, or if it if you don't have any experience at all, I will offer some modifications as we go along, or there are a couple resting poses that you can take. Feel free to take those throughout the class. That will definitely help you through your practice today. So generally, before I start the class, I always like to take a little bit of time to just become aware, for all of us to just become aware of ourselves, get into our bodies, understand what's going on. So we can start first with maybe just finding a comfortable seated position. Sometimes I like to just sit on my shins, or sometimes in a lotus pose, maybe even with a block. And once you come to that comfortable seated position, just go ahead and close your eyes. Start to relax the body, soften the face, the lips. Maybe if the tongue is on the roof of your mouth, you're just letting it release. Go ahead and roll back the shoulders and allow them to drop. Allow your arms to become heavy onto your side of your body. Your hands can relax on your thighs or on your knees. So take this moment just to do a scan of the body, starting from the crown of the head, working your way all the way down to the tips of your toes. So in this scan, in this awareness, just kind of taking note of any tense areas in the body, anything that may need your attention right now. Once you get to the tips of your toes, let's go ahead and reverse that awareness and bring it all the way back up to the crown. And once you're to the crown, we're going to do that one more time. Do another scan all the way to the tips of the toes. Just being very gentle with yourself right now, allowing yourself the time to explore what's going on inside. And once you reach back to the crown of your head, I want you to go ahead and take a deep inhale through the nose. Now with this deep inhale, go ahead and envision the air coming in through the nose, kind of brushing along the back of your throat, filling up your lungs, and bringing that air all the way down to the belly. And exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose once again. Exhale. We'll do that one more time. In through the nose. And exhale. On the next inhale through the nose, go ahead and hold it at the top for about 3 seconds, and then we're going to exhale through the mouth.
She my white horse, she my medical. She like my baby mama, know how to take care of me. Give my baby problems, you gonna regret every day. So I let her know, gotta let her know. Came through the front door, I'll be ready for her. And if it's what you want, I'ma give it to you. Yeah, promise, I'ma give it to you.
And on this last inhale or exhale, whatever you have on your mind that may be preventing you from being absolutely present now, go ahead and release it with that breath.
What I meant and how I felt. Honestly, I'm used to throwing wishes in a well. My conscience tells me that I could have helped without fail. Actions speak louder than words, and that's a lesson that I learned all by myself.
Go ahead and take a few more breaths at your own leisure. And just keep in mind with these kind of breathing practices, throughout the flow today, whenever you exhale through the nose, that's going to help you build fire. If you're overheating or if you're getting extremely too hot, when you exhale through the mouth, that's going to help cool you off. Can you guys hear me pretty good? If you can't, just unmute and let me know. But if you're good, then we're all right. So let's go ahead and remove the block if you're sitting on a block. If you're in a comfortable, just a regular seated position, we're going to go ahead and start the class in headstand. So we're going to right now create a little heat, create a little energy first. So starting on your, in our tabletop position, let's go ahead and come to our forearms, interlacing our fingers together. And then we're going to go ahead and bring the crown of our head to the top of the mat. Here we can lift the knees off of the mat. Go ahead and extend the legs straight, pushing through the shoulders. You're going to slowly walk your feet closest to your body. Let's go ahead and lift our right leg up. Exhale, bring that right foot back down. Inhale, go ahead and lift the left leg up. Exhale, bring that leg back down. One more time, lifting the right leg all the way up. Exhale, bring it all the way down. And then lifting the left leg back up. Exhale, bring it down. Now walking your feet in just a little bit more. We're going to lift whichever leg is comfortable for you. Pushing off of the mat, coming up into a headstand. And we'll hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then slowly pushing the hips back, keeping the legs straight. We're going to bring our feet all the way down to the mat. Now, if you didn't do headstand, that's fine too. Maybe you could have stayed in tabletop. Once we're down here, we're going to bring the knees back down to the mat and push ourselves back to child's pose. So here we're going to bring the knees to the outer edges of the mat and go ahead and fold forward. Arms straight, palms down to the mat. Here we're going to take a deep inhale, and when we exhale, we're going to walk our fingers all the way over to the right side of our body. So this is a side stretch, sending those left hips all the way back to the heels. Inhale, bring the arms back to center. Exhale, walk the hands out to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, walk the hands out to the right. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, walk the hands out to the left. Inhale, back to center. All right, so we're going to, on our next inhale, we're going to roll forward and go into a kind of high or low cobra, up to you. So you may want to bring your knees in a little bit closer. And then rolling forward, bringing your chest all the way to the front, opening up, rolling the shoulders back, keeping the legs straight, tops of the feet flat to the mat. Exhale, push yourself back to child's pose. Inhale, roll forward back to cobra. Exhale, push the hips back. And go ahead and do a few more of these at your own pace, just to kind of warm up. And whenever you're ready, we're going to meet back in tabletop. All right, once you're in tabletop, let's do a couple rounds of cat and cow. So pushing through your hands, rounding that upper back to the ceiling. You're going to push all the way up to cat, drawing the belly in. Exhale, dropping the belly, lifting the hips. Last to come up is the head. and do a few more rounds of cat and cow. You can also add some organic movement here, whether you want to send the hips all the way back to the heels, creating circles. If you're going to do this, make sure that you reverse that circle. Or you can stay doing cat and cow, it's completely up to you. Another good opportunity here is to stretch out the wrist. So if you want to try doing that, coming back to tabletop with a neutral back, maybe rotating the fingertips to the outer edges of the mat, and then continuing to rotate them toward the body. If you want to go a little bit deeper, bringing the knees a little bit closer to the fingertips, and then going ahead and sit back towards your heels. Another option is go ahead and sitting all the way down, bringing the arms up all the way up to the ceiling, and then just making really tight fists with the fingers. Really fast. So once you're done with your cat-cow, we'll meet back in tabletop with a neutral back. We're going to go ahead and curl the toes under, and then go ahead and push ourselves up to our first downward dog. So here, arms really straight, hips are high. The heels of your feet should be pulling toward the mat. Here you can go ahead and walk your dog by bending your right knee, then your left knee, just creating some movement here. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and bend both knees. Look at your thumbs, and then hop, walk, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. So the legs can be straight here, or they can be bent, having a very straight back, fingertips to touch the mat, or your hands can come to your shins. So the feeling here should be almost as if you're leaning forward, about to fall, but we know that you won't, because you'll catch yourself. So exhale, fold. Let's go ahead and bring the chest to the thigh, crown of the head pointing toward the floor. Inhale, bringing the arms all the way up, fingertips toward the ceiling. Stacking the shoulders over the hips, hips over the knees, knees over the ankles. Very active pose here. Exhale, open up the chest, back bend. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, fold, bringing the chest to thigh. Inhale, palms come down to the mat. Right foot goes back, left foot, so we're in high plank here. And then the next series of movements will be our chaturanga. So we're going to come to low plank. So squeezing the elbows all the way into the ribs. Inhale to up dog, opening up the chest, rolling the shoulders back. And then pushing ourselves back to downward dog. Sorry about that. My AirPod came out. All right, let's go ahead, bend both knees, look at the thumbs, hop, walk, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, fingertips to the ceiling, back bend. Exhale, fold, chest to thigh. Inhale, palms come to the mat, chaturanga. Back to downward dog. So another modification here is when we're doing chaturanga. I'll show you once we get there. Let's go ahead and bend both knees. Look at the thumbs. Again, hop, walk, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, fingertips to the ceiling. Back bend. Exhale, fold, chest to thigh. We're here for a moment. Let's just hang out, taking your hands, grabbing the opposite elbows. Let's just do a little ragdoll for a moment. So just allowing the upper part of your body become really heavy, relaxing the neck, swaying side to side. Inhale, bring the palms down to the mat, and then right foot goes back, left foot, so we're in high plank. So for a modification here, to do chaturanga, you'll want to drop the knees down to the mat, go ahead and lower the chest, bringing the tops of the feet down to the mat, keeping the thighs touching the mat for up dog, and then pushing yourself back to downward dog. So anytime you want to modify your chaturanga in your practice, feel free. Inhale, bend both knees, look at your thumbs. Hop, walk, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, but this time we're going to come up to chair. So bring the big toes to touch, knees to touch, and sink a little bit further down. Arms should be straight. Internal twist at the elbow. And sit as far as you can. Exhale, fold, bring in the chest to the thigh. Inhale, palms down to the mat, chaturanga. Once you're here in downward dog, let's go ahead and lift that right leg all the way up. And pushing through the balls of your left foot, continue to push that right leg as high as possible. Let's go ahead and come down just a little bit, bending the right knee, flexing that right foot. See if you can see that foot underneath your left armpit. Once you're there, and if it's in your practice, let's go ahead and flip this, bringing the right foot all the way down to the mat, pushing the hips up to the ceiling, lifting that right arm up and over. It's a wild thing. Whenever you're ready to come out of this, let's go ahead and bring the right hand down to the mat. And then we're going to extend that right leg all the way in front of us for start plank. Go ahead and make circles with the left arm. And then reverse your circle. Inhale, bring that left arm back down to the mat. And then we're going to send that right foot or leg all the way back to a three-legged dog. Once you're here, rolling forward, bending the right knee, bringing it all the way forward between your hands, we're going to come up to crescent lunge. So here, adjust the feet however you need to. Creating length in your abdomen, reaching up toward the ceiling. Left leg should be super straight. Heels should be pointing up toward the ceiling as well. So here we're going to take a couple dips here with that left knee. So bringing it down to the mat. We'll do about 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once you come back up, go ahead and release the arms behind you, almost like an airplane. And then we're going to push off of the mat to warrior 3. So here you can keep the arms in airplane, or bring the palms to heart center, or extend the arms out in front of you. Hips should be squared toward the mat, legs straight, toes pointing down toward the mat. So inhale, we're going to come all the way up. Don't put that left foot down yet. We're just going to kind of sweep it through and bring that left foot to the front of us. Here you can use a yoga strap if you like. Otherwise, you're going to take that right hand and grab a hold of that left foot, the outer edge. Extend the left arm all the way in the back, and then turn your gaze to the left. Exhale, release. So bringing the left arm back toward the front, bring the left foot back down toward the mat. Inhale, extend the arms all the way up, fingertips toward the ceiling. Exhale and fold. Inhale, palms come down to the mat. Chaturanga.
We got everything we need right here.
Once you're here, let's go ahead and lift the left leg all the way up. Coming up onto the balls of our right foot, we're going to stretch that left leg up as much as possible. Bending the left knee, look under your right armpit, see if you can see that foot. And then we're going to drop that left foot behind us, shooting the hips all the way up. Exhale, let's go ahead and bring the left palm down to the mat. And then we're going to extend that left foot out to start plank. So here, go ahead and make circles with the right arm. And then reverse the direction. Inhale, bring the right hand back down to the mat. We're gonna curl onto the balls of our right foot and then send that left leg all the way back up to a three-legged dog.
We got everything we need right here.
Inhale, roll forward. Bring that left leg all the way through. Come up to crescent lunge. So here we're gonna go ahead and do a couple dips with the right knee. So bringing that right knee down to the mat. Once we come up, we're gonna push ourselves, releasing our arms to our side, pushing ourselves up to warrior three. So adjust however you need to, making sure the hips are squared, toes are pointing towards the mat. However you want your arms to be, whether they're airplane, prayer, or extended. And we'll hold for 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and come up, sweeping that right leg forward. So for me, I'm a little bit weaker on this side, so I'm going to get my strap. So once I'm here, either you can take your left hand and grab outside of that right foot, or hold on to the strap with your left hand, bringing that right arm behind you. And if you can, go ahead and take the gaze all the way to the right. Exhale, let's go ahead and release. And inhale, bring our arms all the way up, fingertips toward the ceiling, stretch it out. Exhale, fold, bringing chest to thigh. Inhale, palms come down to the mat, and chaturanga. So we're going to do that one more time on each side. Before we do that, let's go ahead and roll forward to a high plank. Once we're here, let's go ahead and lower. Low plank. Push back up to high plank. Lower one more time. Push back up to high plank. One more time. Lower. Push back up to high plank. Shoot the hips back. Bringing the big toes to touch. Let's lift that right leg all the way up. Bending the right knee, looking underneath your left armpit. See if you can see that foot. Once you do, let's go ahead and drop that right foot behind you. Push the hips up. Wild thing. Inhale, bring the right palm down to the mat. And then we're going to open this up to star plank. But this time, grab a hold of that right leg and just hold it out. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and go ahead and come back to the three-legged dog, sending that right leg all the way up. Inhale, roll forward, bringing the right foot forward. We're gonna come to crescent lunge. So here we're gonna do a couple pulses or knee drops. So bringing the left knee down to the mat about 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once you're done with that, releasing the arms, pushing yourself up to warrior 3. Adjusting however you need to. Inhale, come all the way up, sweeping that left foot all the way forward. Grabbing a hold of the outer edge of the foot with the right hand, extending the left hand behind you, opening up the shoulder, opening up the chest, taking your gaze to the left.
When things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's
Exhale, go ahead and release.
but there's something inside of you that's
Inhale, lift the arms all the way up to the ceiling.
because you don't know who you are.
Exhale, fold, chest to thigh. Inhale, palms come down to the mat, and chaturanga. Soon as you get back to your downward dog, left leg is going to go all the way up. Coming up onto the balls of that right foot, bending the left knee, looking underneath that right armpit, and then flipping this over to wild thing. Inhale, go ahead and bring that left palm down to the mat, And then we're going to come as if we're going into star plank, but we're going to grab a hold of that left leg and extend it out.
Because you don't know
And
who you're
hold
gonna be.
for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then go ahead and come back to three-legged downward dog. Rolling forward, bringing that left leg between the hands. We're going to come up to crescent lunge. And then here, doing about 5 dips, bringing the right knee down to the mat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Releasing the arms, gracefully pushing forward to warrior 3. Here, I'm going to grab my strap again. Coming all the way up, extending that right leg forward. Bringing the right arm back, and then taking the gaze all the way to the right behind you. Exhale, release. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up, fingertips toward the ceiling. Exhale, fold, chest to thigh. Inhale, palms come down to the mat. And chaturanga. All right, let's go ahead. Big bend at the knees, look at your thumbs. Hop, walk, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up, but this time we're going to come back to that chair pose. Let's go ahead and bring our palms to heart center while we're in chair pose. And then we're going to twist. So we're going to hook that left elbow to the right knee. So go ahead and hook that left elbow. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist.
I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to be.
Inhale, back to center. Exhale, go ahead and twist the right elbow, hooking it to the left knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, fold. Inhale, palms come down to the mat. And chaturanga. Let's go ahead and bring big toes to touch. We're going to send that right leg back all the way up. And then rolling forward, bending that right knee. Let's go ahead and touch the left elbow with the right knee. Go ahead and send the right leg back. Inhale, right knee to right elbow. And extend, send it back. And then go ahead and bend the right knee, roll forward, bring that right foot between your hands, and then we're going to come up again to crescent lunge. Inhale, lean all the way up and back for a back bend. Exhale, lean forward. Let's go ahead and bring the palms to heart center, and we're going to do another twist here. So hooking the left elbow to the right knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Inhale. Let's go ahead and slowly open this up to warrior 2. Adjusting the feet as you need to. Giving a generous bend in that right knee. Arms straight. Your gaze should be going just past that right middle finger. Flip that right palm up and then lifting the arm all the way up and over, side stretch here. Inhale, back to warrior 2. Exhale, side angle. So bringing either the right elbow to the right knee or the right fingertips down to the mat, left fingertips to the ceiling, or it can be extended, bringing the left arm parallel to the left ear. Inhale, back to warrior 2. Let's go ahead and windmill the hands down to the mat. Right foot goes back and chaturanga. As soon as you're back to that downward dog, the left leg goes all the way up. Bending the left knee, we're gonna roll forward, bringing the left knee to the right elbow and send it back. Left knee to left elbow and send it back. Left knee rolling forward, bringing it all the way between the hands, coming up to crescent lunge. So inhale, go ahead and reach all the way up. Exhale, back bend here. And then we're gonna lean forward, bringing the palms to heart center. And we're doing another twist here. So right elbow to left knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Whenever you're ready to come out of this, we're going to come into Warrior 2. So unraveling and opening this up to Warrior 2. Adjust the feet as you need to. Try to give a generous bend in that left knee. Flipping the left palm up. We're going to bring the arm all the way up and back. Inhale, back to Warrior 2. Exhale, side angle, so the left elbow to left knee, or fingertips down to the mat, and then the right fingertips toward the ceiling, or parallel, the arm is parallel to the right ear. Inhale, come back up to Warrior 2. Windmill the hands down to the mat. Left leg goes back, and Chaturanga. So we'll do that one more time on each side. So big toes to touch, right leg goes all the way up. Rolling forward, bending the right knee, bring it over to the left elbow. Go ahead and send it back. Right knee to right elbow. Go ahead and send it back. Rolling forward, right knee comes all the way forward past the nose. And we come up to crescent lunge. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, back bend. Inhale back to center, but then leaning forward, bringing the prayer hands to chest. And then we're going to twist to the right, hooking the left elbow to the right knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Whenever you're ready to come out of this, we're going to open it up to Warrior 2. Adjusting the feet. Left leg should be straight. Grounding all four corners of the foot. A generous bend in that right knee. Tucking in the hips. Flipping the right palm up to the ceiling. We're going to lift the arm all the way up and back. Inhale back to Warrior 2. Exhale, side angle. Or extended side angle. Inhale, come back up to Warrior 2. Then we're going to windmill the hands down to the mat. Right foot goes back. Chaturanga. So one other thing too, when we're doing Chaturanga, really important when we're in that low plank. So you don't want to overextend your shoulders or put too much weight on them. So just make sure that you're bending and you're squeezing those elbows into the sides of your body, leaning forward, kind of leveling yourself out. You don't want too much of your butt in the air, or you don't want too much cramping in the shoulders. Let's go ahead and bring the big toes to touch. Left leg goes all the way up. Rolling forward, left knee goes to right elbow. Send it back. Left knee comes to left elbow. Send it all the way back. Rolling forward, left foot comes all the way between the hands. We come up to crescent lunge. So inhale to gain a little length here. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lean forward. Palms come to heart center. And then we're going to go ahead and twist to the left, hooking the right elbow to the left knee. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. So the elbows should be stacked along one another, pointing directly toward the ceiling and the floor. Whenever you're ready, let's come ahead into Warrior Two. Oops, I can move my mat. All right, let's go ahead and lift that left palm all the way up, and then send the arm all the way up and over. Inhale back to Warrior Two. Exhale, come down to side angle. Inhale, come back up to Warrior Two. And then windmill the palms down to the mat. Chaturanga. Once you're in downward dog, let's go ahead and roll forward to high plank. Keeping the shoulders stacked over the wrist. We're gonna go back to low plank. And send ourselves back up. You can take it or leave it. We're going to do it 2 more times. Low plank. And send yourself back up. 1 more time. And send yourself back to downward dog. Let's go ahead and bring the big toes to touch. Lift the right leg all the way up. Rolling forward, bring the right foot outside of the right hand. Dropping that left foot flat to the mat. We're going to come up to Warrior One. So adjust the feet if you need to. I need to adjust my mat. It's sliding. So once you're here, to adjust your Warrior One, if you need to make a little bit more space between the legs, go for it. Your hips should be square toward the front of the mat. Give a generous bend in that right knee. And then also create a little bit of length here in the mid body. So you're pulling from the waist all the way up. You're creating length here. Inhale, reach up and back bend. Inhale back to center. Exhale, palms come down to the mat. Right foot goes back, chaturanga. Left leg goes all the way up. Rolling forward, left foot right outside of the left hand. Dropping the right foot flat, Warrior One. Do your adjustments as you need. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, back bend. Inhale back to center, exhale, palms come down to the mat. Left foot goes back. And chaturanga. Once you're back to downward dog, go ahead and extend the right leg all the way back up. But this time, let's go ahead and walk the hands to the left ankle. So this is a standing split. You have a few options here. You can keep your hands down to the mat, square the hips toward the mat, and flex the toes. Or you can go ahead and bring your left hand to your left ankle, drawing the chest into the thigh, opening up the hip, and extending that right leg a little bit higher. Exhale, go ahead and walk the hands back out to a 3-legged dog. Rolling forward, bring that right foot outside the right hand, coming back up to Warrior One. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, back bend. Inhale back to center, exhale, palms come down to the mat, right foot goes back, chaturanga. Once you're back here, left leg goes all the way up. Go ahead and walk the hands to the right ankle. Your choice here. Again, you can square the hips, flex the foot, keep the arms down, or you can grab a hold of that right ankle, drawing in the chest, extending that left leg all the way up. Exhale, walk the hands back out to a three-legged dog. Rolling forward, bringing the left leg outside of the left hand. Dropping that right foot, come all the way up to warrior one. Inhale to lengthen, exhale back in. Inhale back to center. Exhale, palms come down to the mat. Left leg goes back. And chaturanga. This time, instead of a downward dog, let's come back to child's pose. Go ahead and roll your forehead to the left and to the right. Becoming aware of your breath. And then whenever you're ready, we'll meet back into downward dog. So bending both knees, looking towards your thumbs, we're going to hop into a seated position. So kind of jumping forward, crossing the ankles over, and then we come down into a seated position. Let's go ahead and bring the legs out in front of us, keeping the heels of the feet flat to the mat. We're just going to kind of send our sit bones toward our heels, and then we're going to bring ourselves all the way down onto our backs. So here, let's go ahead and draw the shoulders back, kind of squeezing the shoulder blades together, opening up the chest a little bit, and then bringing our palms flat to the mat, kind of drawing them closer to our heels, or even bringing our heels a little bit closer to our hands. So here we're going to do a couple bridge poses. So pushing through the heels of our feet and through our hands and lifting our waist and hips all the way up. On the next inhale, we're going to hold it for a few seconds. So whenever you're ready, inhale, pushing, 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 and lifting. Keeping it here for about 3, 2, 1, and release. Gently release. And let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift. Keeping the knees and the feet in one direction. Don't let them spay out. Exhale, release. So you have your option here. You can either go straight into plow pose. So you can go ahead and either pushing through the palms, bringing the knees into the chest, extending the legs up and over your head. You can support your lower back with your hands, straightening the legs. Or if you don't choose to do plow, you can go ahead and bend the knees and grabbing the bottoms or the soles of your feet, kind of pulling the knees into your armpits. Happy baby. When you do this, make sure the lower back is flattened to the mat. And here you can do a little bit of movement, maybe rocking to the left or to the right. So for just a few more breaths here. And then whenever you're done, whether you're in plow or happy baby, let's go ahead and bring the knees and feet together, bending the knees and thighs into the chest and giving ourselves a big hug. And then bringing our arms out into a letter T. We're going to go ahead and drop the knees over to the right side of the body, doing a spinal twist here from the back bends that we were doing today. Try to keep your shoulders glued to the mat. Inhale, bring the knees back to center. Exhale, drop the knees over to the left. Inhale, bring the knees back to center. And then let's go ahead and cross our ankles and then just maybe push ourselves back up into a seated position. So here, just finding a comfortable seated position for yourself, whether it's in lotus, maybe your legs are just crossed, or Again, maybe you're sitting on a block or on your shins. Let's go ahead and close our eyes. Taking a deep inhale through the nose. Drawing the shoulders all the way up to our ears. Let's go ahead and exhale. One more time. In through the nose, drawing the shoulders all the way up to the ears. Exhale through the mouth, dropping the shoulders. On the next inhale, this time, let's go ahead and extend the arms all the way up over our head, bringing our palms to touch. And then bringing those palms to our third eye between our eyebrows. I want to thank you so much for taking the time today to show up on your mat. I know it's a lot going on in the world now, but it's a very, very good idea to always take that journey inside, whether it's for an hour, 30 minutes, whatever time that you can devote to yourself. Let's go ahead and bring the palms to the heart center. And the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Now, before you guys disconnect, this is a 45-minute class, so I try to jam, a lot of things in there. But the one most important thing that I didn't do is Shavasana. So after class, with all the energy that you've cultivated, try your best to just kind of let that soak in for about 10 minutes. Maybe lay on the mat, relax, just becoming really heavy, and closing your eyes. And just make sure you take the time for yourself to do that. Very important. Other than that, thank you again for joining class. Again, our schedules are all online. This is a donation-based class, so you pay what you can when you can pay it. It's all good. So thank you again for joining the class today. If you want to leave any reviews, feel free. Or if you have any other questions, definitely hit us up. Or if you have any requests for things that you would like to work on or learn, just let us know. So thank you again and have a great Monday.